Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to the BLO class. So, in the previous class, I was explaining you the duties and responsibilities and meaning of a collecting banker, right? Now, the collecting banker will also act as a holder in due course and holder for value. Now, what are these terms? We will be understanding in today's class these three concepts. Now, coming to the first concept, that is the holder. Holder means any person entitled in his own name to the possession of a promissory note, bill of exchange or check, and to recover or receive the amount due thereon from the parties thereon. That means, see, holder means suppose you are having a promissory note, a bill of exchange or a check with you. So, your name will be mentioned on that check or a promissory note or a bill of exchange. So, you will be the owner now. So, you are called as the holder. I hope you understood. Holder means any person who is entitled in his own name. So, that is your name is there on the note or a check or a bill. We'll continue. A holder must therefore have the possession of the instrument and also the right to recover the money in his own name. So, if your name is mentioned, so you will be possessing that instrument and only you will have the right to recover the money which is mentioned on that instrument in your own name. So, that is called as the holder. In simple, holder means a person in whose name the instrument is there and he will have the right to recover the money of the instrument. That is called as the holder. Now, let's move on to the next concept, that is holder for value. Now, you have come to know who is a holder. Now, we will see who is holder for value or what is holder for value. Now, the collecting banker will act as a holder for value. How does they act as a holder for value? Let us see that. Now, collecting of checks takes some time in case of outstanding checks. If the collecting banker pays to the customer the amount of the check or credits such amount to his account and allows him to draw it before the amount of the check is actually realized from the drawee banker or the paying banker, the collecting banker is deemed to be its holder for value. Now, I'll tell you in simple. Suppose you have a check. Some person has given you the check instead of giving the money. Suppose think that the check value is about rupees 1 lakh. Now, the check is dated for September, you think. Still 3-4 months time is there. But you are in emergency need of money and you are a very good customer and you have a good relationship with the banker. Now, you will go and request the banker, can you get the money now? Now, the collecting banker will act as a holder for value. That is, he will hold your check. He will take the risk to recover the money in September, but he is going to pay the money now only for you. Later, when that due date arises, that is September, which is dated, so he will collect the money from the paying banker. But he has paid you earlier itself. The post dated check it is, and he has given the money for you now only. So, he will be holding the check until the amount is cleared. So, since he is holding the check, the banker will be the owner of the check now because the money is already paid to you. So, in this case, collecting banker acts as a holder for value. Okay, students, I hope all of you have understood what is a holder for value. Now, let's move on to the next concept, that is holder in due course. Now, you have understood the holder for value. Holder in due course is bit similar to the holder for value. I'll explain, try to understand, but both are little bit similar. Don't get confused. Now, holder in due course. To obtain holder in due course status, a party must prove they took the instrument for value Actual consideration must be paid to obtain the instrument. Here the banker, what he will do, he will take the instrument same as in case of holder for value. He will take the instrument and he will pay the amount which is mentioned on the instrument to the party who has approached the banker. Now he must be acted in good faith. The holder must act honestly and not take the instrument under suspicious. So when the banker is taking the instrument and when he is paying the money, he should take in good faith. He should not have any suspicious or doubt on the instrument. Then without notice that the instrument is overdue. If the instrument is overdue, the banker should not have any suspicious, or he should not know that the instrument is overdue. If he knows it is overdue, why will he pay? He will not pay, right? So the banker doesn't know that the instrument is overdue, but still without his knowledge he will pay the instrument money to the customer. Then it was presented for payment and dishonored. The check was already presented for in some other bank and it was dishonored. The same check is presented in another bank and the customer is trying to take the money without giving the knowledge to the banker that the check was dishonored. And the last point, that the instrument is so irregular or incomplete as to call into question its authenticity. The check was incomplete or some mistake is there, but the banker doesn't know. Maybe it might be the forgery or the amount not able to be collected in the future due to various reasons. So, holder in due course simple means that the banker has paid the money, same in the case of holder for value, for the customer. But here the difference is the check or the instrument is overdue or forged, or it is not in a proper condition, or the money can't be able to collected in the future. But the customer doesn't tell this to the banker. He is trying to take the money from the banker, and the banker, without his knowledge, he is acting in good faith and he becomes the holder for due course. That is, for time being he will be the holder for the instrument. Later he might come to know the situation. Okay students, now I will tell you the difference between holder or holder for value and holder in due course. Holder here is nothing but holder for value and holder in due course. Now holder for value means a person who is in a possession of a negotiable instrument that is drawn, issued or endorsed to him or to his order or to the bearer or in blank. So here the person, he has given his right to the banker and banker has given the money to the person. Okay, in holder in due course, a person who takes negotiable instrument for value in good faith and without notice that it is defective or is overdue. Here also he is paying the money of the negotiable instrument for value, but he has acted, the banker has acted in good faith and he is not having any notice or information that the check or the instrument is defective or the instrument is overdue. Without knowledge he is giving the payment. So that is called as holder in due course. These two topics are simple but bit complicated. Try to understand. Whatever notes I give, you write down and go through the explanation once again. If you have any confusion, you will understand. Okay, so take care students. Meet you all in the next class. These two topics, holder for value and holder in due course, notes you write down in today's class.